It's safe to say that things have not gone to plan. Right here is my top rack and pannier racks refusing to fit together no matter what we tried. And I've got 1 week to go into a shakedown trip and 3 weeks to go to the biggest trip of my life to the centre of Australia. And if I can't get these two to work, then that means the trip is over. But the story doesn't start here. We begin with confident, enthusiastic, solid, unaware of the chaos to come. G'day guys, we're in the Jazz today. We're on our way to Dream Adventure Motorcycles to see Mark, and he's going to be fitting up on Thursday my bash plate, my pannier racks, my top rack, the trickle charger, and as well as the other bar riders to see if I can get a little more comfort out of those other than the ones I've got on at the moment. We'll see once they're fitted, but today I'm dropping off all the gear. It won't fit on the back of the bike and riding it down, so I'm dropping it off. I quickly dropped off all the goodies to Mark and then promptly returned the next day.
Rightio, today's mission to get all the shiny stuff fitted up on the Urban GS, except for the tank bag. I think I'll do that myself at some point, but everything else, today's the day. So let's get on the road and get down to Market Dream Adventure Motorcycles and get this done.
Mark quickly got the bike up on the lift, but it wasn't all wins today. We had some losses as well. So the bash plate, as you'll see, went on fantastically, but we couldn't get the top rack and the pannier racks to work.
And there's two of these sitting there, and I've always wanted one. Me and Sav both sat on them, and we just said, what if we just take these both to... He was saying in a joking manner, and I was sitting there going, yeah.
So what are we fitting today? Well, we've got the SW Motec bash plate, also got unit garage risers there, the SW Motec SLC pannier racks as well as a unit garage top rack. As you can see, the bash plate is going to go on swimmingly. It fitted up first go, no issues whatsoever, and I think it looks really, really nice. And confidence was high as that bash plate from SW Motec fitted up perfectly. But as you can see, this is where the chaos started. My center hub of this trip, the top rack and the pannier rack, would not fit together no matter what we tried. And Mark tried everything. He even discussed fabrication. But ultimately, I decided to head back to the drawing board and look for a different rack. Luckily, Unit Garage make another rack for this bike, and unfortunately for me, it carries less weight and is shorter. This means I'm going to have to drastically rethink how I'm going to mount my luggage 3 weeks out from the biggest trip of my life. Good times. Next up, we had a few other things to do while I licked my wounds about getting the wrong top rack, and that was to get the trickle charger sorted out so I can keep the battery healthy before the trip, and also I wanted to get another set of risers fitted from the Unit Garage as well. And before I knew it, Mark was done with everything and we were wheeling the bike back out, and it was time for me to head home and regroup and try and figure out what I'm going to do about this top rack and the pannier racks working together. But I thought I'd ask Mark what he thought of the bike and the big trip.
So what do you reckon for the big trip? Is she going to do it all right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic bike.
Yeah. For me, the real difficult thing for me is that KLR is what I'm used to doing.
Yep.
And mostly all dirt.
Yep.
I've never done the adventure touring thing, like a multi-day big trip.
You're going to fall in love.
So it's all new for me, which is
kind of what was so exciting about getting a bike like this and doing the whole thing, the whole journey. But it's bloody expensive.
You know, the people you meet are just amazing out on the road.
Well, we're getting really close to the trip now. We're a week out, actually less than that, 6 days, and I'm still scrambling to get everything ready. This is not my normal state. I love to plan, meticulously take my time, months out from an adventure, but as life has changed, it's meant I've just had to do everything in my life pretty much last minute, including still fitting stuff up to the bike. So I thought I'd put the oil cooler on quickly while the kid is at the park. That'll be one more thing done, because this oil cooler is really exposed, and a lot of you pointed out, and I wholeheartedly agree, it just takes one stone flicked up from Sav if he's in front of me, or a four-wheel drive or anything really, and it could be a very bad day in the middle of nowhere. So I've got a little Wunderlich oil cooler protector to put on. It looks fairly simple, so let's get that done. I picked this one, the Wunderlich oil cooler guard. I really like this one just because it's a very light mesh. I want it to be able to protect the bike, obviously, but I also don't want it to stop any of the airflow getting to the bike. So it's got fins on the side, and it's just very lightweight, very minimal, but still protective. So I don't want the bike to overheat, because this is an oil-cooled bike. And I guess I chose to do this today basically because it looks like a super easy task. All I've got to do is stick some foam on these bits here, here, and on the corners there, just to stop rattling, and then fix it up to the bike using the bolts that are already on the bike. So it should be super easy. That's it, we're done. Back in the car once again, doing the drive of shame back to Market Dream Adventure Motorcycles. Why, you ask? Because some dickhead ordered the wrong top rack from Unit Garage. A very expensive mistake too, so a double bummer, because it means one, I've wasted a whole pile of money, and two, my SW Motec SLC pannier racks do not fit. So I've ordered the correct top rack this time around, and I'm now heading back to Mark to get that fitted so we can get this all sorted. And if you're wondering how late I'm leaving it, it is Tuesday today. I leave on the Shakedown trip on Saturday, and that's a 3-day ride and at least a couple of 1,000 kilometers. So yeah, last minute is definitely the name of the game. Marky Mark. Morning. Rightio. Today's mission is to head back to Mark, get this thing off and put the new panniers and the new rack on. Trying to pretend that this isn't stressful with a couple of days left to go before our Shakedown trip, but I'm not entirely sure I'm convincing myself. So let's get down there so I can sort this whole silliness out. Round 2 at Dream Adventure Motorcycles begins. We wheel the bike back in to fit up the pannier racks from SW Motec, as well as the new Unit Garage top rack. And immediately we ran into a problem, and I know what you're thinking, like I needed more stress at this point. The bolts had completely seized. These were just cheap little bolts from Unit Garage, and they completely threaded themselves. But luckily, Mark is a wizard, got them out in no time, and he retapped the threads and put in stronger bolts. Really helped with the stress levels there, so I'm very thankful. Then it was on to the main show, and thank God the racks all fit together. The unit garage rack and the SLC pannier racks fit together seamlessly. After all that research and all that stress, they worked together perfectly. And it was time to fit the Wunderlich windscreen as topping on top of this fantastic cake of a bike, just to stop that wind and give me some extra protection. Throw the seat on, fingers crossed that it all fits perfectly, and we got the job done. And from there, it was straight on to Nelson at the Adventure On store to pick up my helmet, my gloves, and a whole pile of OSAR molly bags. Thank you very much. All that stuff is for the trip. We've got the weekend and then the big one coming up, and Nelson has been a massive help. So thanks, mate.
Good luck on the trip, mate.
Yeah, come down here and check all the shiny stuff out. Back in the garage getting our first proper look at the SW Motec SLC pannier racks, and they just look so clean. They look like an OEM factory part, almost part of the frame. I'm really happy with them. The top rack also looks really nice, but I will have to drastically rethink how I'm going to mount my luggage, because it's rated for less weight than the one I had before, and it's also shorter. So I think I'm going to have to put the tail bag up on the seat to get it closer to where the pillion would sit to compensate for that lack of weight capacity. So join me on the floor as I'm questioning all my life choices. Well guys, welcome to the floor. It's the day before the big trip. I am tired because I didn't sleep well last night, because I am part excited, part stressed. The butterflies have turned into pterodactyls, but thankfully adjusting the suspension was super simple. Just bump the preload up to the max as recommended by the manual, and the same with the damping, except back it off one turn once it's reached its maximum, and it was ready to rock, and it was rock solid for the whole trip. It really handled the weight quite well. I was surprised. And I've got Nelson's exhaust protector here, OSAR exhaust protector that he gave me because he knew I was gonna find some tricky situations in this trip. The thing I love about these bags is you can see on the back here, it's just got a nice little quick release system. Coming from a guy that's always got to strap down my panniers on dual sports, this is just absolute luxury. Love it. Righto, that's where I'm thinking of putting the tail bag, because there's the most weight is here. So on the seat where the frame can handle it's probably the smartest choice. All right, we are getting there ever so slowly. Ever so slowly. Last bag to go on this little bag. I just ran out of space here. So one little bag to go on the end there. I think we'll be able to get that to fit. Alrighty, ladies and gentle wieners, we are packed. And yes, it is absolutely packed to the hilt, but it's all rock solid. It's nice and it doesn't move around. It's all very tight. Tank bag is at maximum capacity. All the SW Motec stuff is jam-packed. Big thank you, one, to SW Motec for the bags and the pannier racks and the bash plate. It's just going to make this trip so much more hassle-free, so I'm very thankful for that. As well as Aaron at A1 Accessory Imports here in Australia for hooking me up with SW Motec. So thanks very much, guys. And of course, Nelson at Adventure On store for all his help. He gave me all these little molly bags, the bottle holder, as well as the exhaust protector here, because it's getting quite close, as you can see, so it's keeping the bag off the exhaust. So big thank you, mate. Thanks a lot, guys. This is a massive help. And here she is in all her glory, suspension adjusted, all the stuff bolted up, ready to rock. And no longer is this an Urban GS, it's morphed into an Urban GSA, ready for the 2,000 kilometer shakedown trip coming soon. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stay shiny side up.